Let's go!
Much love, gentlemen. Yeah, we'll take it from here for our first map of the day, EG Fnatic. And surely, Chad, that's a key word. Surely it can't happen again.
I don't know. EG have been looking good. They have been looking brawly, and their individuals right now, I would say, have Fnatic covered every single day of the week. Fnatic have been looking out of form and out of sorts. A 2-0 loss to Endpoint. I can leave it there. But the 1x bet odds, they're going to be favoring EG to kick this one off.
Young Brolin on the util for the pistol. Smoke stopper will actually cover nicely. And they're heading towards a 3-man Ivy walkout. Brolin trying to keep them busy on main. And already Suck, first peek out. They do well to actually put pressure on him. Long range on the Glock.
Whoa!
Suck actually clicks him. Catches JW mid-air, yeah. And they've still got 2 CTs here. Now they even have the bomb. Brolin's a lot to deal with if he can swing out, especially Crim's providing the headshots. And they're back in. In fact, extended. Brolin catches another. EG starting strong, finishing slow. Breeze can change the dialogue, holding for Brolin's hunt. One click of his mouse is enough. Will he? Shadow! Shadow! He doesn't spot it! Fnatic snatch it back away. Oof. Just Crimson Brolin.
Now, if it was just Crimson Brolin left in late round situations like that, I can get a conversation going because those two individuals, they're the real deal, right? They're still performing. They're the 2 highest rated players for Fnatic. I think Crim's throughout his career. It's crazy if you go back and see how long he's been competing at this top level for him to continue to produce. But if you look at the type and the way that he plays Counter-Strike, it fits with the modern meta. Whereas you look at JW, his stats are tanking. He's having a real rough go of it, right? His version, you know, they come in peaks and troughs. Occasionally aggression works, and then sometimes in...
I was watching old Counter-Strike clips the other day, like Dignitas Dupree, and he just walks out ramp, runs through the jungle smoke, and kills 3 people not looking at him. And I'm like, well, that's not going to happen today. Maybe JW is feeling the burn of that kind of, the fallout of that development.
Oh, really dissuading this pop control earlier, Fnatic here, and I guess they're still trying to establish what their map pool is. I thought coming in here today, you know, the overpasses, the Infernos, they're maps that were comfortable for Fnatic in the past. It's maps where they've been having trouble here, but stylistically...
Oh my lord, Jaquinho's got away with murder there. He is being hunted down. Taric, what a flick! He's got 2. EG competing. Brolin wants the trade. He's got a Galil, and Taric is taking this round, taking matters into his own hands. It's far from over. To claw it back, you said, Crim certainly can bring things back into contention. He starts with a headshot. Oh, catching Deagle bullets. Brolin peeking into that AK. It is threatening. And they're both low, so the Scout, extra deadly. The Deagle, even more so.
If they head over back to B right now and just truck down the low ramp, yeah, going to be heard from close pop here. So that rotation from Connected will be there, also through Spawn, but 1 high ramp, 1 low ramp at the moment.
Oh, that's a dream for JW, and he knows that rotate will have been heard, so pivoting back. If he can get the molly on Z, that's the dream. 25 with no info. Is he trying to sell their inner rotate? Oh, but they spotted the bomb, yes. Got it off the ladder, but Crims beheads him.
Obo's here.
2 clicks of his mouse is all that's required. Obo, newest edition. Peeks into JW, and oh, what? He gets away on 1. I have to eat my words. I thought a single bullet would be enough.
This one's
Crims is pushing. Obo reacts in time. Nicely done. 1 HP on JW. Obo, he could overcook this one just by overthinking. Getting that sound cue and just taking the duel. It's very simple stuff. He's taking so long just to touch the bomb. What are you up to? JW peeks out on the sound.
Has to save. Surely he has to save. There's no time for this. Yeah, back on out of there, Obo. Save that AK.
Oh, this is not pretty. Nicely done from Fnatic. Despite all of the heroics from Taric and co. They stabilize and actually take the second.
Yeah, Taric making some content there over towards main in the early stages of this one.
Loving this second shot. Oosh.
Yeah, prepared for that. And the third one, once he picks up the Galil, is nice as well because they're just throwing bodies at him at this point. They know they need that trade loud as you like around the court, and Golden goes down.
Here I come. I'm coming.
This saves AK right now means that Obo also gets to drop a bit of a deagle. Oh.
Yeah, man. That was a nasty, nasty final 1-on-2 for Obo. The fact that that deagle shot into JW brings him to 1 really did screw the pooch.
Yeah, unfortunate there, but guns come back out for Fnatic. 2 AKs, 2 Galils, and a Scout. They are strapped for cash. Everybody's spent almost all their money. Crims and Jaquinho are the only ones left with cash, and it's only $100 each. So,
ooh, okay, a little variation from Golden here.
If they can keep this costly EG, if they can make their upgraded pistols that saved AK work, Even just taking 2 or 3 bodies is going to keep Fnatic strapped for cash going into the next round to play, but it looks like they're setting up for a B piece.
Yeah, but this is why I'm so intrigued as to where Golden Smoke's going to land. Okay. He's flying through the sky now.
He's lining something up. He's just released it.
Trying to sell it. And
Connect to one.
Oh, very nice. All the way into their side of Z.
Pushed out high ramp here.
And already in. Obo. Nice front shot from Tarek. Does hit the shots. And now Obo with that AK is a threat. If he finds another, which he has, this round feels uncomfortable for Fnatic. They are putting the pressure on here, EG. Struggled to convert previously in a 2v3. This time it's Obo with more. Oh, nice shot. JW shouldn't be able to have a voice into this conversation. He'd need another headshot, and there's Obo snatching away 4 kills. Kid's off to a flyer.
7-1 already. It's great to see, right? Just mechanically speaking, he puts his crosshair in the right place, gets the job done, sets him up in a big way. Money, as I mentioned, it was already in trouble for Fnatic, and off the back of a round loss, they have to force buy here. Not a lot that they can work with the 1,400 and the residual cash being almost naught. So it will be 5 deagles, and when I say light utility, very light utility. 2 flashes and a smoke.
Okay, I wouldn't hold out hope for this one. Oh yeah, straight into the feed is Stan. Tapping away with the silenced M4. It seems this is a genuine choice he's making. I thought perhaps it was map specific, but a lot of Stan on the M4A1.
Yeah, and he handled it quite well in terms of being able to stabilize between multiple targets yesterday. Remember that Vertigo fight he had where he got 2. I think as well, one of the things Stan does good in his playstyle is his positioning. And having that silenced M4, it gives you that element of surprise even more, right? They have to identify where those shots are coming from. Maybe you get yourself a second because of that lag in communication. For me, I love to spam through the smokes, and I like my fire rate.
But surely spamming through the smokes, the silencer really would be OP.
I know what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying.
Tracer fire is non-existent.
I do love me the old silenced M4. The new one, I'm not sold.
But as soon as one pro player uses it and smashes with it, everyone's going to start.
Well, it's what's in vogue, right? I know that Rushdie wanted us to talk about Obo's gloves here today, Alex, and it will be an eco for Fnatic now. So just taking a little bit of a look here at Obo's gloves, ladies and gents.
I am in the market for a pair.
Okay, well, these ones I was investigating, and I've never seen them before. We'll get back after the highlights.
Beam. Boop. Oh, it was even fully flashed, no less.
I think that EG, in terms of individual ability, is one of the key things that I'm impressed with, because they mentioned they took time off and then they've come back and they're grinding, but it feels like they're really sharp, right? It does feel like they're really, really sharp, and that right there is one of the things that normally takes a bit more time, but Cirky's taken one down, and we're focusing on the gloves, everybody, so don't worry about that. So these are the, what did you say they were called?
I believe they're the sport gloves.
Nocts. Yeah. So they're just black, right?
How much does that
black?
How much does that deviate from like the standard pair?
I don't know. We'd have to kind of look in the inventory.
I don't even know. I don't like the. I think it looks better than having a giant purple hand. I mean, I acknowledge that.
But you don't like.
I don't know. If I was spending hundreds of euros on a pair of virtual gloves, I'd want them to stand out.
You don't know the price?
They're like jet black though. They look sick.
Yeah.
Rush is sold.
I didn't notice them until you told me he had a pair of gloves.
Yeah, I had no idea either.
No.
But if just quickly to get the price out there, for a minimal wear pair of those gloves.
Same angle from Stan the previous round, by the way. So keep in track and keep in lock on Fnatic's push out main. But what's the price?
You want to spend 1,800 euros?
No.
Okay, well then you don't want those gloves.
Right. All right. Obo's got his new European flex. Of course, he's got a lot of...
Broken fan case, though, Alex. Maybe open some of those.
When you've got Cirque, Breeze, and Tarek on your team, there is a lot of bad influences here. I give it six months. Obo's going to have an iced out watch.
Oh, blinging out. All right.
One tournament win. That's all it will take.
Control here.
Yo, and he's just taking it for free.
Yeah,
Can't believe his luck.
Deep or anything until late. So it was the nades first. They wanted to soften up with the push. Not too many tells. And now Fnatic in their default spread. 2 towards the box holes working their way. 2 towards Ivy and that man of Brolin to deal with main. So no pop presence and no main presence in the early stages of this gun round. Golden there, just blind, spamming.
Yeah, he's thrown all of his Ivy utility and then they've just stood still. So I'm not so certain as to if they wanted to just force the CTs into their Ivy is lost positioning.
Having Breeze here, though, is like having Cold here. It's like having one of your best players or your best player holding a map, part of the map that, you know, doesn't see a huge amount of traction, but if you want to test him, you might be in a bit of trouble.
Golden's actually left JW to lurk. He'll park and start his hunt.
Look how passive this yard setup is.
Cirque and Obo playing the bait and switch. Cirque to fire off the first shot. Obo holding low ramp, but Smoke makes things interesting.
He's pushing on this Cirque.
And JW backtrack still being held. Wins the duel. Breeze releases the pressure down the ramp through the flames. Chiquinho's first in, and that's it. Cirque will respond and need another on the drop, and just as the flashes pop, they get into the site. Spots a lot of them. Crims up oil, needs a frag. Cirque denies, bombs down, double so far from the Bulgarian. And Stan loses a lot of life, perhaps softened up. Golden to come up clutch, but Tarek's there for the swing.
Tarek, I think for me, when more and more I watch, he seems to always bring something, right? Like, I know he had that patch where he wasn't playing so great, but at the moment, the Counter-Strike he's playing is great. It's very handy for the team. It's a much-needed player to have. Always gritty stuff. Doesn't have an issue jumping out and dying for the cause. You need a player like that. You need a teammate like that for sure.
Yeah, I just wish he wasn't so convinced North American Counter-Strike is dead.
Is he?
Well, he did. I think he went back on that tweet. I think he just wanted it for dramatic effect and attention.
He is North American Counter-Strike.
Yeah, well, precisely. You know, it's kind of on your shoulders, dude. You can't go sitting there
wave the flag
writing
for us,
it off. Yeah, exactly. Plant that flag and plant your feet, because there certainly is much more talent to be discovered. Evil Genius is housing Obo as we look to see how round 7 shapes up. It is only Deagles again. Fnatic have definitely been downtrodden in these last few. Just as the molly was to fade, a perfectly insta-pop smoke, and oh, straight in, stands down. Tarek spray, no issues. And just like that, Fnatic are thrown into a very likely slow. Crims and Golden 2v4. Spread out, take your time. May not get a chance to as the nades keep landing onto the toes of Crims.
Heavy rotates by EG again, right? You see there, just a little bit of contact on main, and then Obo was actually over to help them on out. They've rotated Tarek in on this low HP, but they heavy rotate, and we were noting that yesterday against VP, right? When the bomb was getting planted, that's when they would swarm. That was one of the keys there in part of their comeback. And if you missed the Counter-Strike yesterday, shame on you. It was absolutely bonkers throughout. I think after the first series, Fnatic getting a 2-0 against, Fnatic getting 2-0'd by Endpoint. That one started the day with the shock, but then the comebacks was just wild. The North American Counter-Strike did not quit yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, I have to be honest. EG truly convinced me, even though it was an L in the column. I mean,
great.
Some of the Counter-Strike they were playing, and the fact that they've got like the mental game, like that's a developed LAN team with the mental game they demonstrated over the course of those overtime comebacks. Of course, Overpass, clawing it back 14-4, and then 14-4 on the third as well, bringing it all the way to overtime both times before Virtus Pro could dust themselves off and convert that giant lead they accrued. So, Cirque trying to be responsible for main. He's also aware that he's on a bit of a timer, and Stan responsible for pop. It's a great angle. Very likely to find one. He can just well use that scope to just tap at the heads, but the flashes are good. And Crims already swings out for one. Golden knocks another down. Cirque trying to keep it even. Pulls the trigger, doesn't find his mark, and Breeze has struggled as well. Too low. But the bomb likely to go down momentarily.
Yeah, it should be a save immediately here from EG. The money is okay for a buy in the next round, but going for this is unlikely at best. I think if they can keep their money for the late game, maybe just try and get a couple of exit kills as they're hunted here. Obo and Cirque holding on to what they have. And I'll mention it again. I love the way that they're using Cirque, right? They use him aggressive at the start. Then if he doesn't find anything, they'll just drop him back. I think that's where Cirque does his best work, when he's under pressure, when he's flicking around. Obviously, if he's getting overwhelmed by flashes, he's not going to get too many kills whatsoever. But when he finds himself in one of his comfort positions and they just keep throwing bodies at him, he's been hitting them the last few days. And I think that is what this team needs on a consistent basis, right? Breeze is your star. Cirque there is the star all play. If Obo can just be mechanically gifted and pop off with impact rounds like we just saw, we've got a really handy team.
You do.
Right? And I think before, with Ethan in the squad, he was up there, right? He was one of the star players of this team, but you never felt like you had all the stars aligned at the same time.
I will also say that I think that Zeus interview that we managed to run before we got into this one was really insightful. Like, just him talking about the fact that, you know, the familiarity with one another led to complacency.
Well, it's been a long time,
yeah,
right?
And I just think that, you know, A, acknowledging that is awesome. B, just being able to try and attack that with the new roster. And even though a lot of your components are the same, trying to treat it like a new machine.
Yeah, and I think here, with that break, like the thing that you're seeing coming into this matchup today is that these guys haven't played against each other since 2019, the cause of these rosters as
400
well, right?
something.
So, yeah, it's easy to have a fresh mentality going up against a fresh opponent, or at least I'd hope it is.
Yeah, that's a good one. EG Fnatic, not a matchup you get to see every day. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Aggressive smoke. JW undeterred. CT's pushing for Ivy. Ooh, baby.
Well, that's hurt, and that might spur them on to hit this B bomb side a little bit quicker here, knowing the rotation times will be lagging behind. They already have this box hole control. The bomb is floating there on the back of Jaquinho.
Hey, don't forget, they just found success out pop and swing in E-box. So smoke down the low ramp, baits out util.
Good pressure.
Still don't see a CT rotate, and that's because the pressure is there, still present main. This time, Tarek's tucked in, responsible for upper. Obo just tucked in on get right, holding as it fades.
They're both out of nades. Tarek only has a flash to deal with this here. The rotation of Cirque will be everything.
Plays anti. Vision restored, ready to spray. Obo provides, but Jaquinho's quick to trade. They're low, but they have the sight. Need one from Cirque. A hard shot. Jaquinho connects. Smooth movement as well as he descends the ladder.
Another save. Can see getting into that site. You know, when we were watching Overpass yesterday, they were able to swarm onto these bomb sites late. They were able to make the retakes janky. But right now, once you lose players like that, you can't swarm in the same fashion because you're down in numbers. You've lost territory, and Fnatic are up to 4. Now, Yanko was very adamant that he thought Fnatic were going to win this one. And I think stylistically, this is probably a better matchup for Fnatic traditionally. Now, if they're really trying to play that more structured style, then not so much. But if this becomes brawly and heads up, that's where the chaos really helps a player like JW. That's where Crims has been known to, you know, be able to pull off a couple of his gnarly clutches. It's when Fnatic gets space is when they can work with it. And well, at least historically, as this new version, they haven't had a lot of wins. So it's hard to really put your finger on the pulse of what will work for them. But another save from EG facilitates yet another buy. Stan saved the AWP, and maybe they want to bring out double AWPs at some point. EG. Good stuff from Jaquinho, still the new boy. Maybe you're not too familiar with his name. Hopefully we get to see more and more of him. The next gen of Sweden, they're over in NIP right now, but Fnatic are doing their best to grab a couple of names.
The next gen.
Yeah. What is that, like 5th gen? I don't know at this point. Because I guess NIP was 1st gen, then Fnatic, OG Fnatic, the one that won the major, was 2nd gen.
Yeah, showed up to DreamHack and played CSGO before anyone else committed to it.
Yeah, getting called cheaters online and stuff back when we even had, I think we were playing
Back when the
I think we were even playing Mill in the early days.
Were you really?
Dude, it was wild out there. Some crazy times.
Dude, I saw there was on Reddit like original beta footage, and you're like, this game looks like
it's not the same game, right?
Garbage,
Not the same game at all. Whereas I think if you look at early 1.6 and end game 1.6, pretty similar.
Yeah.
Same with Source. It was mainly Source with the things that they changed was more of the gameplay as opposed to the way it looks. So visually, CSGO, they bloody nailed it.
Well, also the P90 was the best rifle in the game, so
Ah, yes.
don't forget that. Jaquinho and Brolin working on the main progress. Tarek sandwich to respond. Evades the nades for now. They can't concede this. Tarek is flirting with the idea of trying to nutmeg on that smoke. Fades.
Oh, he's in the open
He
here.
wants to smoke off and isolate. Jaquinho tucked in. Yeah, that's going to half his health.
Not going to push the issue, though. They're happy just to do that damage. And look, Brolin being down to 75. Jaquinho blow half, but they're into pop. Stan's got one there.
Perfection. The pop flash from Tarek lines it up and knocks down Crims.
Active CT side, right?
Very active.
Bullied main, so they couldn't be punished when going for that CT look into pop. And now scared to drop on down. JW with the AWP. I think the only option is to head back towards this B bomb site and hope that you can win this 4v2.
Yeah, and it seems like they're going to put Stan into a very passive and info-driven position. Util is going to be thrown towards A.
Flashes for close, but we can see nobody close at all.
Down pop. Rollins out main. Damn, look at the line Tarek's working with. That's just to finish what Stan starts. And Breezy actually is the one to pull the trigger first. Bombs down on E-Box. It's good from Jaquinho. Stan does find one from heaven, but as he drops down, it's hell.
Oh, that was quick.
Sir, quick one. And only Jaquinho, with this amount of health, he's going down. Not after time, fortunately, but an AK and a frag for Obo. EG 6, Fnatic 4. This is T-side train, though, and this is Fnatic's pick. If they can continue to accrue just a few more, keeping it competitive, keeping it level, they are going to be very satisfied. Admittedly, though, That is EG's first of the last 3.
You know what I was thinking? EG are making up for the lack of officials with Obo by having overtime games. That's kind of what they're, you know, we'll go 3 maps, we'll go overtime, we'll get a couple more rounds under the belt.
Get some harder practice.
But right, that was textbook. Well, this one could be fast here. Lots of players out main.
Yeah, Brolin he's beating the nades. The flash of his own design to continue to push, take space. Cirque's holding in this. And that's a quick one again. CT's drawing blood. Back-to-back rounds now.
Behind space.
Oh, and there's more. Obo catching Crims, trying to rat over the smoke.
It's the big names gone.
Yeah. The 2 round closes are the 2 to fall in the opener. Should just be a formality now. EG, can they let it slip? Steps are heard, stand tucked in. And here they come. All 3 out, all off into sandwich. Obo with more headshots. Oh, he is looking sharp today. He may even find another up on green. Breeze will snatch it. But that's 3 frags from Obo, and even finding it one of the opening duels, taking an aggressive walk up the ramp and contending with Crims.
But you see that there, he was Yard again, right? So we don't have the 5 POVs of the CTs to see how much EG saw to make that call. Like, hey, come out. I would assume they didn't see all 3 players take Yard control. Because if they did, that would somehow be miraculous. That means that none of Fnatic's utility worked there. So in this situation, for Obo to already be there, they're just trying to stem the bleeding straight away. They're leaving massive gaps. So if Fnatic send a Lurky Boy out late on these, they might be able to get some territory. 7 to 4, guns back out.
Go on, Crims. Straight out. Brute force from Fnatic, and just like that, everyone wins their duels and the round disintegrates for the defense. Obo and Breeze. If only they knew just how low some of those players were after their exchanges, but even then.
Don't think we'll see too much of an overextension here from the Fnatic players.
Whew, it does take balls to be calling something like that after getting shut down 2 rounds in a row.
Maybe now we have a look in here. Obo can drop down Pop if he wants. We can see nobody in there. Breeze has locked it out. If he got that second kill there onto the main players, I think they would have given that one an attempt, being in a 2-on-3 situation from a 2v5. But good from Fnatic. And you're right.
Want to punish?
They should, because the money over there for EG, it's kind of teetering at this point. We can see 9.4 left over for Cirque. Breeze, he's got himself just above 6k until the loss bonus comes on through. So plenty of money to drop and buy.
And those AKs, though.
Yeah, if they took those away, then yeah, this would become a much more of a curious situation for EG, but still in the driver's seat. One more for them to at least guarantee the half win. But Fnatic with 5, that's a decent haul to have here.
Yeah, I'm sure there's not too many complaints, and that was a really nice conversion. Everyone just hitting their shots. It's very reminiscent of where previous Fnatic rounds have come from. We saw Jaquinho's double walking out of a similar position. Let's see what round 13 has in store. Early. Going to be seeing just Obo solo.
Same util.
AW just going to be patrolling for any potential early Brown Hall's aggression. And Breeze, speaking of aggression, he's actually smoked it and choosing to peek on it. He's going to punish. Golden just caught out, all of his util squandered.
Peaky Beaver.
Even Obo dunking down onto Crims. His nade finds 40 damage. Obo, you are playing with fire, sir.
He just got flashed in for that and saw nothing, so he might think this is clear, but the attack is coming.
Very fast. Obo's so blind. Vision just restored as he unloads his mag into 2. Maybe even a 3rd. Breeze will snatch it, defends him, but it's clean as can be from EG.
Wait, Breeze got a kill at Ivy and then gets 3 flash assists on the B-bomb side. He was over there quick as you like. Great rotation from EG, and I think that continues to back up that point. I'm talking about them swarming these sites as soon as they see contact.
Yeah, like
cheeky, right?
They're not letting any space be taken off the back of these opening moves.
If you can deny having to play mid-rounds,
like, yeah,
it's a place to find yourself.
You just know, you're like, okay, well, I've killed Ivy Lurk. They were probably trying to sell something. I'm off to inner. It's all gambles, but it's all educated gambles. 3 nades land into main early. If anyone was trying to sneak out Olaf, they would have been roasted.
Delayed set piece on this, so...
Yeah, I mean, if it ain't broke.
Yeah, they're trying to catch players close from Fnatic here. Good utility to dissuade.
Let's see if EG can handle this time. He was so flashed in the flames, he does go down.
They keep missing that molly above Pop.
Here they come. Late out main. Brolin opens up the account. Bombs loose and Breeze is delivered to. 1-man advantage. Fnatic closing the gap onto site. Cirque ready to fight. Peeks out, no, a miss. Burning as well, he's so low, surely hunted, will be finished off. JW through the flames, lays down his life in pursuit of glory. Bomb down, Chiquinho and JW. Obo, has he got a clutch in him? He's been looking fantastic, looking very comfortable in this roster, and early, I forget, I mean, remember, there was an adjustment period in that complexity roster, very busy. Oh, not quite. Gonna spot that old bomb player. It confirms it as shots come in, but...
Chance now.
Slightest of chances. Chiquinho peeks just as he looks away. And that will be the 6th for Fnatic. It seems the A site is the answer. Just throw bodies out late this time. Smokes, bloom, and frags are delivered.
Yeah, Breeze almost did enough to slow that one down. He gets one more on this yard taken. Even rounds. Running through the flames for that kill on backup bomb train as well. Here it is again for your Cirque. You can see mollies everywhere, flames all around him, and through with the Glock comes Brolin. Doesn't get the kill, but goes on down. The round is 1-8-6. Guns back out, and finally EG broken. We've got a UMP and MP9, but double AWPs.
AWPing now.
And Cirque and Breeze. That's the duo doing the double AWPing.
Oh, he was looking the right way. Stan does get punished for that move. He went aggressive onto blue. And speaking of aggressive...
Oba needs an equalizer or two.
Oh, that's going to be very interesting. He knows where they are and he's caught out. They know the side is wide open now and Golden's only extended things. Catches Tarek's main. Cirque burning. Knows there's at least 2 in the site.
Already oil train, he's dead.
Yeah, he's being pushed so hard. Oh, catching Chiquinho would have been brilliant. Breeze's AWP is all that's left. And Fnatic, this is going to be a more than they could have bargained for. Closing this gap to an 8-7 half. After the way this started. Competitive.
Yeah, Breeze here, no hope in the world. Or retake on the B bomb site. Good luck, my friend.
5 rounds of the last 8. Not bad from Fnatic. Taking a break, we'll be back to get this second half of Train underway.
Hey Future Pros! Today I enlisted the help of Chad Sponge Birchall to bring you all this Train one-man execute to take Ivy. To do this mini execute, you will need a smoke, flash, and a molly. First, you will use your flash to stop any aggression from the CT side. Then hop onto this railing and jump over to the other side. This will make you much harder to hit when crossing. Once across, wedge yourself into this corner. Line up your smoke as shown and run a few steps and throw. After, hop up onto this railing, line your Molotov up with this light, then throw the molly. And just like that, you should be able to take complete control of Ivy in a very safe manner. Let us know how it works and good luck.
Blow the roof off for a really one weapons on my own. I stop caring, cause they keep telling me you can tell me nothing. Come back when you got something to say. Just put the volume up there. Take a seat in the back, yeah.
Swapping sides, it's time for the evil geniuses from North American shores here on European soil to do battle with the very best. Group D is Group for Death. Well, EG, they've kept it close against two of the top dogs in their group, besting Astralis, 2 back-to-back overtime comebacks from EG, of course falling by the wayside to VP in the end. Now, a competitive half against what we thought was a weak Fnatic. Myself and Sponge bringing you the action here, and oh.
That is the way to kick off a pistol round. Brolin getting knifed out of spawn. So,
things you hate to see for 500, Alex.
Yeah, and with this, let's just quickly talk about EG's buy. They have 3 armored P250s. So for Brolin, life's not going to get much easier.
We used to call that a raid boss, Chad. Now, I play a bit of WoW. There's never 3 raid bosses in the same encounter. Oh.
Well, one of them's dead. So how does that sound?
That's worked wonderfully. JW's on a very swift flank as well. They're stacking into the site. This spells trouble. I don't even know.
We might get another just for
my
free
God,
here.
yeah, well, Tarek is holding it.
How much does he believe it? Well, enough now.
That might spur them into the site. He's actually dipped down the ladder.
Well, they're falling back.
Yeah, I don't blame them. Breeze is struggling. Does manage to catch one onto Jaquinho.
This has gotten really awkward now for EG. They just have this flash for Tarek and Cirque's 250.
Okay. Maybe there is more to the pistol round that met the eye. They are using all 60 seconds, and one can't fault them when they're hitting shots like that. Tarek doesn't have the P250. He's only got the bomb and a flashbang.
There's one for him just on the floor there over towards Boxhole, so he could pick it up from Obo's body, unless Stan took it.
And for any of our newer viewers as well, the reason that P250 does make this oh so more interesting is those long fights that would have favored the USP equalized with that P250. Long fights such as this. Oh! Cirque handing out haircuts tonight.
That's a retake position. He's meant to sit there so he can drop off quickly.
Yeah, exactly. And he just gets caught, slapped in the face with lead. Tarek jiggles on oil. He spots out Crims, I assume. Yeah, he definitely did.
They both know something's up.
But Crims will find it. Cirque would have to find the clutch. Not only has he put the 2 frags to get that bomb down, now trying to make it around. Looking for bodies, closing that gap both into the site, and they have got kits, needing one to isolate, can't quite find it. And in comes the defuse, valiant attempt, heroic performance from that P250.
Oh, dearie me. Brolin, he ends the round with the HB started after getting knifed. 7, he didn't cop a lick of damage from the opponent right there, and we're tied up, 8-8.
Yeah.
I can't believe how badly Golden got railed there.
Yep.
Golden got absolute... Oh!
Dude, it's funny, because what happened after, as we come into the next round, NS from Golden first, and then JW says, yeah, NS again.
Just nice little taps.
Yep, man.
Beautiful stuff. And look at the force by here. Obo's onto the AK, Scout for Cirque, Galil for Breeze.
EG are swelling with potential right now.
Yeah, their aim is just chock-a-block at the moment.
Like, I am very excited to see what Obo is up to on a hero AK. That's a lot of pressure to be putting on your newest recruit.
Yeah, the buy makes a lot of sense when you consider the players in the server stand with the Deagle, Tarek on the Mac 10. They have everything they need. Utility is
Dude,
great
Obo
too.
couldn't have anything. Like, he's got everything. Full util as well. Really can't afford to go down early, so brave to be spraying into that smoke, and has inflicted some initial damage. Cirque trying to get sweaty with it. Just gonna edge his way further back.
Okay, it's getting closer.
Look at those that line of bullets. Not to be trifled with.
It is going to be a B exec, right? Now, if we take a look at the defenders there, it is Golden, who currently is down to 51, but he has a Molotov. You can see that in his hands. That'll be deployed. Crim's on top of the train with the M4. He's the man who needs to spam them on down here. So I think Obo will set up this, hope that his little lemmings with the pistols and Mac 10s can run on in and make them some room, but Crim's is coming to spoil the party.
Yeah, if he tucks in time, this is going to be very destabilizing.
3 here for Fnatic.
Spots 1 and immediately executes. Breeze is gone, and Obo just about pulls the crucial frag out.
Stacks here, though.
In 30 seconds, Fnatic aware the stack is possible. Jaquinho's locked the doors on the rotate. Stan trying to worm his way out. The smoke obscures his view. They're into the side. The MP9 doesn't find another. Tarek eventually goes down, but he's done his job. Cirque, unfortunately, losing the bomb. And Brolin so low, but so is the entirety of EG. The flank is coming. If they get the bomb plant, oh, but that's all they'll get. That is all they'll get from behind. Jaquinho wraps it all up. And we will see another Fnatic round. They kept honest.
Yeah. Some nice upgrades, though. AK, and there was the M4 of Crims if they can find it. So if they grab it in time, they'll walk away with an AK-47, an M4A4, there it is, and an AUG. So pretty ideal for Fnatic, all things considered. The plan for EG, got some questions. Do you want to push the issue with the force buy again, or do you want to take a bit of a save? I think the latter, so you can get that AWP out in
the Schlatter.
Hands. There you go. The Schlatter. We like that. For those not familiar, that's Obo's last name.
Yes, and I am living for the verb to get schlatted.
Yeah, I tried to push it when he was back in Complex in the early days. I think I just sounded a bit silly, but I think you can nail it.
One day. One day. Just like that ROPS line, we're still sitting on.
Can you smell
what the ROPS is cooking? And then everyone in Odense goes mild.
Yeah, because no one's going to know the reference.
No one knows the reference.
These
and
the
30.
Wait, they force bought again.
Kids. Oh, they did. Hold on. Hold on. Tarek's already contended with one. Obo's put another into the feed, and now they're overwhelming straight into the site. A taste of their own medicine here from the previous half. They just wanted a biff. Light on util doesn't matter when you throw the bodies into the site and the shots are hit.
3 of them alone now, and JW's flank, it's huge.
Trigger discipline.
Is he gonna knife? Is it a JW classic? It is. Oh, it's not.
Now he wants the element of surprise, and it enables Stan. The call wasn't made in time. Huge fragging. Gets another down to half. Golden perhaps been handed something he can handle here. Oh, but with an angle like that. Oh, he actually finds the head. That's nuts. Golden, hyper aware. Molly perfectly to force Cirque out of the line. Won't have sandwich as an option now. Isolates him on green train. Pop Dog's a threat. Smoke on bomb is threatening. And he's already got a chance. My God, Golden, you are threatening. I'll give you that. It's 3 from Cirque, bails his team out of trouble.
That was wild. I didn't think they would buy whatsoever there, but the fact they take the fights, I said Fnatic walked away with an ideal situation. An AUG, an M4, and AK. They carried across those 3 guns.
I want to recap where those frags came from. This was great. So JW, Trigger Discipline exclusively. You can see the product of it there in the second frag.
I guess the third there, that's the round.
Yeah.
So unlucky, and Cirque finished it off. I think the first kill came pop and one was main, so it was just quite a quick drop and fight from EG, and now they're the ones in control of the economy.
I don't like seeing Golden stressed.
No, he's such a nice...
He's a ray of sunshine when he's happy.
Yeah.
Okay, well that did not go to plan for Cirque. And maybe another... Oh, Obo, that Z-axis is so awkward.
Well, this is awkward.
And Tarek's doing some parkour. Golden's hit another.
Tarek's low.
Yeah, if he hits Tarek. Oh, if that bullet had just found him, one to the ribcage would have been enough. He's actually caught Golden's found another. Stan, the healthiest of the bunch, is down. Golden's got 1 HP. He does have a HE. If he gets info safely somehow. How strong's your arm, Golden?
Tarek's completely lost him here now. Golden's going to come in for the flank. Tarek doesn't know where he could be at all. Tarek's going to go down. This is Golden's round.
Just from the previous clutch that was denied, you could see his frustrations. This is going to put a massive smile on his face. As rung around the rosy when he finds it. Golden, what a clutch. That's going to put a lot more confidence into the Fnatic camp as double digits is secured, and the battle to secure finances is won out. Like EG, they just kicked them down into the dirt, and they have immediately responded in kind. Let's see this again. Jaquinho providing alongside the Deagles. Golden with some great shooting, and the fact
Stan, right?
He's ready for that angle.
Oh.
Straight to the dome. 1 HP.
Yeah, just trying to avoid the bullets there at the end, didn't he? Well, it will be the force buy back from EG. They don't want to give up on these force buy wars, but they drop this one. Fnatic are going to have quite the lead.
Double orbs. Straight away. And they're starting to pull the triggers.
Oh, they know what they're up against now. It's up to Breeze with this space, and he's got one.
Incredible reaction. Yep, Jaquinho stops the retreat.
So that's 2 for Jackie Boy.
He's in the right place for the rotate as well. Golden's going to be tucking in. Jaquinho, oh, a little bit of a moment, and there they go.
Gone for the ace.
Could have it.
Out of position to the perfect position, just like that.
Everybody, let him have it.
Got a couple
first ace in Fnatic for Jaquinho. Would be nice. Tarek, at least keeping it as competitive as he can.
He's bouncing around like a bloody gazelle.
Yeah, no, actually, he's picked a little bit of a gap. A good chance Brolin responds. And so 11. That's the collab.
Quite the double, isn't it?
Yeah, perfect timing.
Now they should eco. And I said that with bated breath because before when I thought they should eco, they bought and they won. So EG with 2.5-ish across the board should be taking a bit of a save. They will get 2,900 in the next round. So this makes sense. But 12, Fnatic are staring down the barrel of it.
Where do you think those HEs are going?
Middle of bomb train is usually good, or Ivy if you want to. They smoke at you, nade either side of Ivy, left or right.
I'm with you.
Yeah, so the thing is, once they identify and push JW back, then they can triple nade. Identified now, he's on the sunny side. And did not hang around long enough to receive.
JW's dropped the incendiary and bodyguarded nicely. He might lose his life, but certainly not the round. Stan.
I like it when we see a team have an idea like that, always like on those eco rounds, because it's never fun. But when I see teams all just buy Deagle and limp around the map, unless you're, I guess, Nico, Simple, Zywoo, like I could just list off all the crazy aimers, it doesn't work as well as, you know, what you'd expect. So I love seeing an idea. At least it shows that they're calling something out of spawn. It's not just, yeah, right, see if you can get a kill.
Yekinder.
Yeah, well, that works. He's
I'll give him credit for that
He's a bit of a different animal, isn't he? All right. Now, gun round here for EG. No AWP for Cirque in this one, and he's been operating with the rifle quite handily.
Yo, is he going fast? No. Batman. Might have to move if it spreads. Yep, burning, and they know exactly where you are. Crims will punish and take space. Interesting now. Oh, an interesting state of affairs. Crims rips two straight out of main, and Brolin provides more. Bombs loose on E-Box already. CTs have main. He's ready for Cirque. But a disaster for EG. Great utility usage from Fnatic. They're looking like a different beast today.
Yeah, EG had no idea that push was possible. Now it's just one-man Cirque. I think we've seen a couple of crazy comebacks. We have to see another here today to take us the distance on train. EG are really having a rough time.
It's so cool. They use double molly, and because of Tarek's smoke, which if anyone is on that box, they have to throw the smoke, you are now completely smoked off, and you can push in and hold anyone that wants to trade. Brolin uses that opportunity with Crims' control to go and hold pop from main, and Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. You've got a sick setup for the A site.
And a 13th round, unless Cirque can get something done in 45 seconds. So this is very good stuff, and you can see why Fnatic picking into this map here today.
Another one.
A bit of a gauntlet for them to run throughout the rest of this series. Inferno was up next, I do believe, and then Mirage is the third and final map if we need it. Inferno was rough for Fnatic. Used to be a home map. Hasn't looked great for them recently. I remember Yanko said 2-0, so we'll keep believing. This was the attempt from Obo to see if he could stem the bleeding, just not enough there. Final kill, easy as you like. Crims opens and closes that one, and it will be EG going for another buy. So it is a half buy for 4 and a full buy for 1.
Yeah, and that one's gone.
Now he's none. Well, this is not much fun as they head over towards B, and I think they'll just run into 2 players towards low ramp here. Golden.
Dead. Crims on notice. Oh, the spray is there. No one can hit the necessary shots, and Crims just racks them up. 4 in quick succession. He denies any progress into that site. Lovely stuff. Yes, he is your impact player there. 2 rounds back to back, in fact.
I reckon Crims is the best Swedish player.
Still, that's magnificent.
Like, there's a lot of good players over there on NIP, but I don't think any of them have really blossomed yet or had a chance to fully blossom with experience landing. I think Crims is still the best Swedish player.
Yeah. I had a tweet at me the other day saying I used the word bloom too much. So Chad, can you brainstorm during this one other words for what the smoke is doing? He said, I know it's spring, but stop talking about blooming.
All right, we'll leave that one.
Nice shots, straight in. Z shut down. And now Brolin, yeah, you're in a bit of a rock and a hard place here. The smoke is gonna fade. There's T's on either side, and now elevated. Breeze has gone straight up heaven for another. What a threatening position he's in. Is there a way back in?
Still a chance with these AWPs holding the backlines. You make a misstep, JW will strike. There's the first.
It's the first misstep. Holds the line. Bomb's being planted, you can't contest it, but JW plans to flash Crims through. And already, Golden's found another. Fnatic are making this hurt despite the early frags from EG. Crims found. Stan needs another. He's so low. And Obo can provide. Stan actually catches the head. They turn it on its head. And there you have it. Thank you very much. Breeze with the open up, Stan with the closer.
Now, I was talking about comebacks and how, you know, it could be unlikely or it is unlikely. EG, they've obviously shown that when the 14th is on the scoreboard from the other team, it's not really a problem for them. Their mentality doesn't seem to waver. They're able to stick to it, understand what the job is. Doing it T-side of train, no easy feat. But that's a step. They're up to double digits now, 10 for them. We'll need a bunch more gun rounds. One more will break the bank of Fnatic, and that's assuming there's no saves, but those double AWPs are back out again for the Jays.
Golden's isolated at the moment. Breeze straight down there. He wants to keep this momentum up, and they line straight into the org. Even trades. Kino forced out of the site, drops his smoke. JW still providing more. Missed shot on Green Train, but he's still tucked in. There's so much pressure onto Stan. Out in the open at this point, and JW's going around the world. He wants to ensure victory.
Stan should have heard at least some of those footsteps. I think he would have been close enough to hear the medal.
Here we go. Bomb down, but 3 different points for the retake.
Oh, Breeze is not watching behind him here.
Or is he? Drops off, and JW's ready. All onto Stan. The man with the plan. Golden caught, nice off angle from him, and he's relieved some pressure temporarily. Chiquino was just passive, waiting for him to misstep, and it comes through, as does the 15th here. Fnatic, Inferno may not be their map, but it seems clear their train has definitely been refined and looks comfortable. We talked as well at the desk. Yanko was talking about his desires to see more AWP action out of Chiquino. Well, you've been getting it.
Yeah, train is one of the maps with the double AWP setup can be very, very potent. Both making it working around like that. And 15, this is a confidence-boosting map win for Fnatic if they're able to pick this one up. It will be another buy from EG to contend, to contest, and Circle will be back onto the AWP for this one. It won't be Breeze down pop with it. You've got AKs for 3, Tarek down to the Galil yet again. And they have enough utility to work this one out. Breeze selling a bit of a fake over towards main with that light util. There's a huge gap in that smoke.
AW essentially can call it clear. Brollan's ready as well. Oh my god. What util did they throw?
They're just...
Oh, it could go wrong at any moment. Brollan is he's one of the pop dog nerds, by the way.
He is indeed.
He's doing this for a reason. And he evades a lot of the nade damage, tries to punish on the spray. Crims did catch them, though. There was 2 in pop, and he's just caught down to 4 HP. Oof, that's an advantage for EG. Let's see if they can make it work. Util is light. And straight down, ready for a fight. Obo has taken and denied pop control. That's something.
Yeah, well, that's the main job, at least if they want to try and set up for this B piece without a fast flank. But there's 2 here.
We know this setup is potent.
They're already rotating Fnatic. They'll be in the right place.
Yep, Golden. Easy first. Cirque has caught the rotate, and Obo does get them the frag they need. The site now gonna be waving their flag. Bomb can be planted. Smoked off on Z. JW's at least through. Smokes are blooming up. Oh, there it is again. What else does smoke do?
That's the fine. You have to use that word for it.
Screw you. Tarek finding one head, and at this point, a man advantage for EG.
Save, yeah.
Get out of there.
I think in that situation, right, when you consider that you have that 15th, you don't want to give anything too crazy over to EG, because look at the money situation for Fnatic here. You go for this, you lose everything, you can't be competitive in the next round. That 11 rounds quickly becomes 12. Then you've only got a handful of gun rounds to work with left, and Fnatic, they'll be feeling the pressure. So good from EG to cover that one off. They didn't know how much damage they had done towards pop. It looked great. They won't know until they go back and watch that demo. But 11 now, and it's too hard in Group D to rule out any of these comebacks.
No, EG convinced all of us that the it ain't over till it's over.
Yeah, and I think then Liquid went and reinforced it just after that. So we've seen our fair share of overtime games yesterday. It was a very, very long one. Now you can see the double AWPs will be purchased back in. Crims is down to just a Deagle, and Golden, he's investing late. He'll go for an M4, so it all works out. Pretty strong buy. Can they stop this here? Tarek's out for room again.
Oh, it's a lot of room. Worming his way, hunting the gaps, knows Brollan's close. Here's him maneuvering around that E-box. His team are heading in her, and he's going to be the canary over on A.
Tarek's found a gap.
Oh, this
huge gap.
Huge gap. He can catch Brollan. That's going to convince the rotate, perhaps. At least keeps the feet planted on Ivy.
Coming out high ramp.
Just as Chiquino's fallen out. He's lost his teammate now. Good shot into the head of Breeze.
Bombs dropped.
A second. Oh, it tags him. Chiquinho's got
Oh,
Oppo and he creates
no.
converts. That's nasty for the Schlatt.
Look where the bomb is as well.
Yeah,
Double
Chiquinho,
orcs.
he can actually just post up on the bomb retrieval now.
Oh,
And Stan
is
is
so
in
hard.
jeopardy. I mean, what's the util like?
Have to flash him.
Flash from Tarek is the only way to get that bomb picked up. It hasn't caught him. A second flash, last chance saloon.
Maybe you ignore the bomb for now and claw back for other territory.
Yeah, but as he goes up the train, JW's holding the line. Strong setup here. Fnatic looking to close it out, and off the back of those AWPs, it's only Cirque trying to clutch up. Chiquinho says no, and Fnatic, confidence boosted. Their map converted. And this series definitely still has a fair share of twists and turns, EG on notice.